what you know, and then learning. It feels like everybody who's teaching says something like, "Oh, I appreciate that. I learned something from that." So it's been kind of a give, take, and y'all have heard me say that unity is corporate humility, and humility is realizing you can learn something from anyone. So it's been that spirit of humility, spirit of giving, spirit of blackness in here, and I love every bit of it. So thank you for being here. Kimberly and Anita is so Kimberly, should I say Kim?
You
Sorry.
can say Kim. Yeah.
Okay, Kim. She knows her stuff. That's all I got to say. When she came in on the team, it was very obvious, and she's been a part of this and has added things from right away. Her business looks amazing. So I'm not going to take any time. Y'all can always put your questions in the chat. Remember to put where you are from if you can over there. And I am going to, let's see, we're going on both mediums right now. I actually have a funeral to run to in Zoom for my grandmother in St. Croix. So with that, I'm going to give you um, Kimberly host and you go for it. And I will be back a little later, y'all. You got
All right.
it? Thank
Yep.
y'all.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And thank you, Stefan, for organizing this. This has been wonderful. I do believe I didn't get the notice for host, but I'm going to go ahead and move forward. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. First of all, thank you everybody for being here this morning. We are in for a treat. We're here to talk about, let's get this first slide going. Okay. We're here. I am Kimberly Offord, and you can just call me Kim. I can't see the chat right now, but if you have questions, you can just put them in the chat. And I have two great people here to help out with the chat. But I am here with AI Brand Content. We are a premier AI brand marketing agency. My partner in crime is Anita Clinton, and she is here to help out as well. And so I'm coming to you to talk about today using AI images and video in brand storytelling. Storytelling is the buzzword this year and a little bit of last year in marketing, but it's not new. It is something that has been here for a while. And with AI images and video, the potential for brand storytelling is just at a whole nother level. And you'll see as I go through. I'm also here with as part of Playground Pastime. That is my I guess you could say my passion in addition to the marketing, because I do have a marketing background. But I also have a background in as an author and as a storyteller. And I use the AI images to tell a story or tell our stories or tell our stories imagined and images that we don't necessarily see all the time and will probably desire to see. So I'm going to talk about both of those as we go through this presentation. And again, I want to welcome everybody again who just joined. All right, so what is Playground Pastime? I'm going to talk about that a little, just real briefly first, because I want to show you guys the images and what I have, just give you a little preview of what that is, so that sets the stage for going forward. Playground Pastime is an alternate world, an alternate AI world. I have been thrust into image creation and video creation as a part of marketing. And what I found is that, this is kind of fun. Let me create some images of what I envision as an author. And doing that, what I found was just amazing, amazing. And I just got immersed in it. And I realized the importance of us creating the images that we want to see. So I'm going to give you a little bit of that first, and then I'm going to jump into AI brand content, and then I'm going to come back to Playground Pastime. So you should be able to hear my video as we go. So I'm going to let this play. So that's just a glimpse of some of the images that I have created with Playground Pastime and some of the video that I have created with Playground Pastime. All of those are images that I created with AI mid-journey, video, AI that I have created. The sounds, I had to put some royalty-free music on there. I didn't want Stefan to get a nick on YouTube, but I'll go into that a little bit later. But I just wanted you to see the possibilities of what you can create and what we can imagine with AI. So we're going to move forward here. Okay, so who is AI brand content? AI brand content, as you see on my shirt here, is a premier AI marketing agency. And again, Anita Clinton is my partner in that business. We do brand development, AI consulting and setup, and then AI education. And we work with anywhere from solo entrepreneurs to small businesses to even offering solutions for, on the larger level, for corporations or for businesses who just want to incorporate AI into their business. Anita brought a statistic to my attention a while ago, about a week ago, that said that we are still in the early adoption phase, and that I want to say it was only about 3% of everyone, there's only a 3% adoption rate of AI, which I thought was like, what do you mean? That's got to be better than that. And then I realized, Kim, everyone is not as immersed as you are. And as people here in this workshop, in this forum right now, everyone is not as immersed as we are in AI. And so there is that opportunity for those of us who are doing this to offer it to others, especially in the African-American community, and especially with our small businesses. So that's what we strive to do. We strive to help small businesses develop their brand, as well as incorporate what we're doing into their business. As Anita would say, we like to set people up for success. We're not just doing it and then letting you go. We're doing it and giving you the tools to do it yourself afterwards. All right, so who am I? So my name is Kim Offord, and I am the CEO of the Referral Store and then co-owner of AI Brand Content, as I said before, an author, and I have 3 workbooks that are in the carried with the National Association of Realtors store. And my background is fully immersed in marketing, even though I am a licensed realtor. Is what I do. Branding is what I do all day, eat, sleep, drink, and everything else, branding. So real quick, I cannot talk about branding and storytelling without giving you a really quick lesson in branding and AI images and video. So AI images have made branding even more accessible to the small business owner and that solo entrepreneur, in addition to the larger companies, because it's cost effective. Most of the tools that I'm going to show you here, most of the tools that I'm going to talk about, they're free. They have a free version of them. Of course, if you want to get more deep into them, you can pay a subscription. The time efficiency, the customization and the personalization. Now, if I had done those videos and hired actors for all of that, that would have cost me a lot, and a videographer, and settings, and costume, and everything else. That cost me absolutely nothing to do those videos that I showed you. It gives the consumer, and well, not the consumer, but that old business owner, or even the consumer, access to advanced features that you wouldn't normally have, and it improves your engagement and your reach. And I'm going to show you some examples of that being the case. So real quick, what's branding? What is branding? When we talk about branding, the first thing that we think about is colors, logos, taglines, fonts, business card, my postcards, maybe I have a party my signature party, or, my viral video that went viral, that's my brand, or it's just that sign that's on the door outside of your business. And those are those are that definitely, you know, does articulate who you are in terms of your company name, but that's not your brand. Your brand is just your voice. It's a story. It's the emotional connection that you build with your clients. Okay. And so a lot of times when we are starting our businesses and we say, you know, this is my brand, I'm going to pick this color and this color because I like them. They're my favorite colors. And, you know, I'm going to have, I don't know, I love puppies. I'm going to put a puppy on the side and I'm going to do whatever. And maybe you don't have anything to do, your business doesn't have anything to do with puppies, right? And your colors may not be appealing or articulate the message of your brand. And so you have to take some time to understand who you are, who your target market is, and what your value proposition is. So I have to give that really quick lesson before I even start talking about images and videos. So here's a quick lesson in brand storytelling. So a well-told story can cut through the noise. It captures hearts. It leaves a lasting impression. And you're no longer just selling your product or your service. You're sharing your vision, your journey, and your passion that drives your business. Think about it. Think about the brands that you are most excited about, the brands that attract you the most, you know, or a brand that stands out in your mind. Nike. Nike doesn't just sell you shoes or clothing. They sell a feeling. They sell, you know, victory. They sell, you know, excellence, right? So when you think of a brand, you don't just think of the product. You think of how it made you feel or how they want you to feel with that product. So when you put storytelling into that, it builds trust, credibility, and loyalty. Okay. And it differentiates you from everybody else in the market because only you can be you, right? Only your brand can be your brand. And it drives engagement and loyalty. So that's why storytelling is so important to the brand. I saw there were a couple of the workshops here this week, and I agree totally with everything that, you know, the other presenter says about storytelling. You have to have a good story with your brand. And if you look here at the visual, here's your brand without a story, and here's your brand message when you incorporate storytelling into it. It's a light bulb, it works, it shines light, but then when you put that story in it, it's something totally different. You get something that shines totally different. So let me give you a real life example. And this is a real life example of a client that we worked with, and some of you may be familiar with if you have children, Mathnasium. And it's a math learning center, and it's for tutoring for math. Okay. And okay. And here's the brand story behind Mathnasium. The brand story behind Mathnasium is that Mathnasium transforms how children understand and appreciate math through personalized instruction and engaging methods. So that was their brand story. So mind you, one franchise owner locally in our area in Chicago came to us and said, hey, I'm not happy with the marketing material that I've been provided for Mathnasium. It's not diverse. The students that I service, they are diverse, and they don't see themselves. I don't even see myself in the images that this franchise provides to me. I'm not happy with it. What can you do? So we came in with a solution and we developed diverse marketing materials. And the way that we did that was, first of all, we looked at what their message was. We looked at what their brand story was and their unique value proposition. I'm sure you all have heard that this week. And we generated images and video to reflect the demographic and the pain points of the students at that particular Mathnasium location. And we were able to do that. Now, any marketer could do this, but we were able to do it because we were using AI in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. We were done with her project, okay? So here was the before. Here is what the collateral, the marketing collateral looked like that the franchise provided to, I'm assuming, all of the franchisees in their Mathnasium network. As you can see, not very diverse, okay? Not very diverse at all. Did not represent this owner's clientele. So we went in and we wanted to do something a little bit different, and we wanted her to stand out. Now, we could have just created images of, different races, ethnicity, and stuck them into these particular marketing material. But we didn't do that. We took it a step further. We wanted to set her apart. So we did Pixar style characters to appeal to the children. And this is what we did to stand out. No one else has these images because these images were created with AI and given to her specifically, to this owner specifically. These were some of the things, the collateral that we did for her. This was just something to promote the program that they do. We did social media posts where we even had the human looking actors, so to speak, in the collateral, but we also did the Pixar style. But then we took it a step further and we did video. We added video. We incorporated AI into Reels for Instagram, for ads, as well as for TikTok. And so we'll go there. Let me see.
I get addition and subtraction, but now there's multiplication.
Hold on.
Ready?
Let me just say this. We asked them to go and get the voice of one of the children that they service and to have that child to read a paragraph for us. And then we got all permissions and everything cleared out. And we took that young lady's, we took the voice of a young man, a young boy, and a young lady, and we incorporated those voices into the animation that you see here. And we did this one with 11 Labs, where we just uploaded the voice. We created the image with Midjourney, and then we animated the image with the voice and with Midjourney, with the Midjourney image, and then we used Canva. Now, guys, I'm talking about stuff that is very basic, not a huge learning curve in all of this, right? So then this is one video that we created.
In Division 2, how do all these fit together? It's like a math puzzle.
Each math operation builds on the next, forming a complete picture. Understanding how addition leads to multiplication helps you see the connections, making it easier to solve complex problems. Help your child excel in the fall by catching up on math this summer at Mathnasium Chicago Hyde Park. In-person or online instruction available. Call us today at 773-830-MATH-6284. We make math make sense.
That is just an example that if you hired someone to do this for you, you would probably pay thousands of dollars, right? Now, we put this together, for her, and we probably could have outsourced it and paid thousands of dollars. But it took technology that we could have done for less than $100 in terms of subscribing to that particular technology to do it. It's just putting it together is the whole other piece. But my point is that through AI, it makes all of these things so much easier. Now, I don't know if you all have been on TikTok and seen the quiz videos. This is something else that we did strictly with AI. We put it in ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, we want 10 quizzes that we can put on TikTok. Give me the script for the video, for the reels, and give me the math problems. This is the level that I want of the math problems. And
let's go
show me
sports
how
edition.
And this is one we
Question
created.
1. In baseball, a player hits 4 home runs in a season, averaging 400 feet per home run. What is the total distance for all home runs?
And this is one of the voices of the young lady that
Answer C, 1,600 feet. A swimmer completes 20 laps.
I will let that go. But it's like 5 different questions. And then we incorporated all of those images into the headers for her social media pages, for the business pages, for her social media to promote the math program, the summer math program, as well as just her location. And this was all done with AI. Okay. All right. So is there any question that I should answer right now that you guys see? Anything? And I'll just keep going if not. No? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I was trying to hit my mute button and it wasn't working.
Okay.
I
there
get
are two
addition and
Oh, wait a minute. I'm
subtraction,
sorry.
but
I'm
now
sorry. Hold on. Let me quiet the babies. Go ahead.
Okay. There were 2 questions that came in. One was from, I think it's Desiree. And she said, love your images. What inspiration, steampunk, cyberpunk, Afrofuturism for
All
those
of the
images?
above. All of the above. I think that here's the thing. I think that whatever you can imagine, that's what you can create. And some people say I like to look at it as retrofuturism. If you look at my image, you never know if it's in the past or if it's in the future. And there's a little bit of everything in there, but it's more of us, in my opinion, in there than anything else.
I love it. Second
Go ahead.
question was, and there was 3. The third one just came in. Hello, what is the app she used for the video in the
For
very
which,
beginning? In the very beginning, the
in the
playground
very,
pastime.
okay, I'm going to go into that when I go into playground pastime. So I'll come back. That question will be answered a little bit further down.
All right, and then one more. So once you create these images on AI, you own it, or is it now public?
Okay, so with Midjourney, there are certain levels to your images. If you are using the free version of Midjourney, then your images are going to be public. Even if you're using the, I can't remember the levels, but there are 3 levels. So the first level, definitely your images are going to be public. In the second level, your images, you're able to use your images for commercial use, but your images will be open to the public. So in their setting where you can see other creators, you will be able, your image could possibly come up in that public setting with your prompts shown. The third level, which is stealth mode, your images, you have the ability to unpublish your images. And that's what I have now. I have the ability to unpublish my images so that no one has access to my images or my prompts. And you still have use of them on for commercial usage. But keep in mind that right now you cannot copyright, you can't copyright AI images, period. That the Copyright Office does not recognize any AI at this point. That's just how early we are into this, and that they're not recognizing it. So hopefully that answers that question. Okay, I'm going to move forward. Okay, second example is a brand story. My example. As a realtor, I'm dedicated to personalized service, and I realized that one of the markets that I serviced the most was the senior community. I love my seniors, right? And I was also exposed a lot to people who were downsizing their current homes. So a significant portion of my clients, with them being seniors, they were often overwhelmed and really felt like they didn't have any options in terms of selling their home. They didn't really want to go into like assisted living or anything like that. They loved their independence. They still wanted homes. And I wanted to articulate that in a way that would bring attention to who I was and my brand. So I decided to create a smart downsizing video. And I wanted to use AI for the visuals as well as the messaging to communicate my value and address those pain points that my audience had. So here's the prompt that I use. And you don't have to worry about, oh my God, let me copy that down real quick. At the end of this video, I'm going to have a link where you all can download the prompts that I'm going to have here in this presentation. So you're welcome, Lauren. So here is the prompt that I use. First of all, one thing that I always say, when you're creating emails, or you're creating scripts, or you're creating whatever it is, posts for social media, you want it to be in your voice. You don't want to sound like AI. So I have here what is called, and we've used this, myself, Anita, and another group of us that called the AI Innovators. We use what's called a voice paragraph. And this paragraph will allow you to put this prompt into AI, put in a sample of your writing, have AI to analyze your voice and give you a paragraph that describes your voice. And you can use that to tell AI, listen, I want you to use my voice paragraph to make this sound just like me. Okay. So here's what I did. I asked ChatGPT to help me to create a video that would speak to the pain points. I said that, articulate my brand value, tell the story of my target market, and then provide a script. I wanted a script for the narration of this video. And then I wanted ChatGPT to give me a storyboard for this video, because I want to put this video together, but I don't necessarily know how to, splice it up. What scene should I have in the beginning? What scene should I have at the end? Being Spike Lee, this ain't easy. Okay. So I needed some direction, right? And so this is the second prompt that I use, and you'll get this prompt as well. I asked it to help me with this story, and I gave it 3 tasks. I wanted to give me the brand message creation. I wanted a script for 30 to 60 seconds, because I'm going to use this as a reel. I'm going to use this as a video for a reel, a story. I'm not trying to make a movie here, right? And then I wanted a storyboard for the visuals that outlined the script and everything. And then I wanted the script in my voice, meaning I wanted the words, the phrasings, everything in my voice, because I hadn't decided if I was going to use my voice or if I was going to use an AI voice to record it. Now, I ultimately ended up using my own voice, but I had the script right there just to read from. And it was comfortable for me because it was in my voice, right? So this is the next thing it told me to do. It told me what images to create. What scenes did I want in this video? And so I went into Midjourney. That's where I create my images. And I created, and I wanted it to be this Pixar whimsical type thing, because I wanted to give it a little humor and I wanted to be really lighthearted. I didn't want nobody crying because grandma needed to sell her house. That's not what I wanted, right? So I created these images based on the instruction that ChatGPT gave me. It said, create images of the after, of the seniors enjoying their lives. So I put them in Paris. I put them in a vacation over here. It said, show an image of the home that they were living in before that was just too much for them. So I created this image here of, okay, give me a large 3-story home, in a wonderful neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to create an image of them worrying about their bills. So we have them here worrying about their bills, and then here their grandchildren that they love so much. And then I have them here saving money. And then I have here the little small home that they moved into afterwards. So I have the images. So now we need to put this together. I did this in a night, went on Midjourney, created these images. Then I added video, and I used Runway to add the video to these images. And as you'll see, I just did some things like, I took my highlighter and I highlighted the clouds and wanted the clouds to move. Or here, I just wanted the kids to just smile. And that's all they did, just smile. Here again, clouds just moving and the leaves rustling. Same thing, real easy stuff. And then this one, I just wanted to pan in or pan out on the new home that they bought. So now I have my pieces, I have my video. but I also have my still images because I didn't want this to be a big, huge production, right? I just wanted to do a few seconds, whatever. So then I decided I had created
Meet the
an
Smiths
image
and the
of myself, right? I wanted to create a Pixar image of myself that looked like me. And I will get the backstory on this, but we don't have time. But I created this image and I called her, and she had already debuted on Facebook. She was the slightly sarcastic side-eye RE broker, right? And she had commentary on everything that I had gone through in the day that I couldn't say. So I just had her to say it. And I would just, the image, it wouldn't be any video, it wouldn't be anything like that. It would just be her image, and then it would be my post. And I asked ChatGPT to help me with that. And it got a lot of, it took off because people were like, oh my God, when's the slightly sarcastic side-eye RE broker going to have another, episode of something that happened that was crazy? Because you are hilarious, right? So I did that. So then I said, okay, well, I'm going to put her in this video and I'm going to let her narrate the video. And so if you notice here up top, I have what I used, what could be used or what I used in AI to animate whatever it is that I'm doing. So I use Studio DID. I did not use 11 Labs for this, but you can use 11 Labs. And I use Descript for the script. And so here she is. And after I animated her,
Browns and the Williams family. They all have lived happily in their homes for over 20
using the
years,
script
raising wonderful
that
children.
ChatGPT
They love their
wrote.
home as it has done them well over the years.
Okay, so that is a full video of this narration of this character that I created. And so I said, okay, well, now I need to put it all together, right? I'm gonna put it all together. And so that's what you'll see on the next screen is
Meet
the
the Smith.
actual final version. Now, how did I put it all together? You can use Canva. Very easy. You just drag and drop. Just drag and drop all your pieces in. You could use Final Cut Pro. You could use iMovie, CapCut, or, Premiere Pro. Whichever one is your level. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed in this and say, oh my God, she's doing all this and I can't do this because she's so advanced. No, you can use whatever your comfort level allows you to use. And so here was the final video. And I did post this and I got a lot of business as a result of this. And I even wanted to start a YouTube channel that was just devoted to smart downsizing. But here's the final video.
Meet the Smiths and the Browns and the Williams family. They all have lived happily in their homes for over 20 years, raising wonderful children. They love their home as it has done them well over the years. Now they're empty nesters. At least one of the spouses, if not both, have retired. Though they've saved and have done well with their retirement incomes, they are all facing a similar dilemma. With a big, empty house to maintain, their lifestyle and savings were being strained. They all have done some serious thinking about where they would like to be in their forever years. That's where I came in. As their realtor, I proposed a solution that turned their worries into opportunities. By downsizing, each of the families could use their home equity to live more comfortably. So, we discussed all the possibilities until we found a charming 2-bedroom house, reducing their maintenance costs and freeing up their funds for their dreams. The missus was worried about space for family visits for her grandchildren, but I covered that. Their new home has a family room and it's perfect for her grandchildren's sleepovers, creating new memories. Now, the Johnsons enjoy vacations and a lifestyle they only imagined before, all thanks to smart downsizing. Now, there's no side eye on that one.
So, see how that made you smile? See, this is something that you can do. This is not a far-reaching thing, tools, or these are not far-reaching tools that you can use for your business or even for personal. You could use this even if you just wanted to create a story. You know, I remember when I was little, and we're gonna say how long ago that was, but my mother used to buy books that had my name incorporated into the books. And it was the best thing at night to read those books to me. And I'd be like, oh my God, I'm with Cinderella, or I'm with the Seven Dwarfs, and I'm with this person or that person. And that was what I'm thinking, you know, even someone who is not a business owner, whatever, you could think of what you can do with these videos to, you know, just spark your children's imagination, incorporate them into these stories, just like how we incorporated that young lady's voice into that one animation for Mathnasium. So that was the end cut. That was the final result of that particular video. And if you notice, I told a story through that video that people could relate to. And I started it out with the problem, and I ended it up with the solution and how I, as a brand, could bring the solution to their pain points. Okay, so, all right, last one, playground pastime. So I said I would come back to this. So here's the problem. The rich and diverse stories of African-American heritage often remain untold, underrepresented, and limiting in the cultural narratives available to our children and to our society as a whole. One thing I really appreciate as a child was the fact that I was exposed to so many different stories and so many different images of who we are as a people. And I don't think that that happens a lot these days. I could be wrong, but it doesn't happen as much as I would like for it to happen. So I wanted to use AI images and video to create a brand, which was Playground Pastime, an alternate world that brings to life untold stories, science fiction, you know, compelling, culturally rich, and visually rich with narratives and experiences. And so that's why I created Playground Pastime. It's a reimagining of culture, technology, celebrating African-American heritage and nurturing, you know, children to embrace their unique identities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it just feels good. It looks good and it feels good. Okay. So here's how that came to life. So here are a lot of the images. It's a media kit that I created, as well as a website for those images that I create. Now, of course, I create them on social media, and I post most of the stories on social media, but it is an Afrofuturistic world reimagined with AI images and AI video. Okay. And so I'm going to play another, and you can follow. You can go to the website and take a look at some things, but they're mostly all on social media. So here was another video I created. So that video, actually, I created that 2 nights ago. And why did I create this video? Because I found a new AI that I said, oh my God. And Anita will tell you, I was up like, oh my God, look at this new one that I found. We said this earlier, AI today is the worst that it will ever be. And it is, you know, that means that tomorrow there's going to be something new, right? And so this one, what I found was the new an AI image and video generator was Luma. And Luma is going to probably be a huge competition for Sora, which is OpenAI's long video form. This one, I usually use Runway, but what you see here is a combination of 3 different AI image animators. All the images were created on Midjourney, and the animation was created with Runway, Luma, and Immersity. And I just put this together on Canva 2 days ago. I didn't use what I usually use. I just said, let me just throw something together real quick. And well, actually, no, I created this in Instagram. I used Instagram's features of just putting videos together. I just uploaded each video, spliced them together, put the music behind them. Took me about 30 minutes at the most to do. All right. So here's where you can find all of those images as well as videos on TikTok and on Instagram. So here's my thing. All right. Let's see here. Go to the next slide. Why is image creation so important? Kim, you just doing this and you just having fun. Yeah, I am having fun. However, there is a huge market out here for images, for AI images. Prompt Magazine is a magazine that just started. It is in Europe. I believe it's in Italy, where they have nothing but AI images in this magazine. Okay. And some of my images were featured in this magazine just recently. I am seeing conferences across the world for just AI images and artists who are having solo exhibits with just their AI images. As a result of my AI images, I was commissioned to create images for an archivist where she wants to show the transition of us as African Americans from the 1920s, 1900s to the future. And normally, again, to do this, hired photographers, actors, costume design, etc., will cost her a lot of money. Instead, she said, I need you to just do some AI images. I want you to animate them, and I want you to show the transition. Still working on that, but here's just one of the first images that I created as a result of that project. You have other people who are also creating limited edition prints with their AI images and selling them for a lot. So there is business opportunity as well in AI imagery. All right. So why is our participation in AI image creation important? I asked ChatGPT, what's the danger of people of color, such as African Americans and others who are underrepresented and often left out of opportunities, not utilizing AI? And here was ChatGPT's response. If ChatGPT can get it, we need to get it too. It's a perpetuation of bias. That is the danger of us not participating, of us not creating images, creating video, telling our brand stories, and telling our brand stories in our own language and how we want to tell them. This was the answer that ChatGPT gave. Without active participation, diverse groups, these systems may consistently generate and reinforce stereotypes, leading to discriminatory outcomes in hiring, law enforcement, healthcare, finance, and images. I thought it very interesting that ChatGPT pointed out law enforcement. So I'm going to end this with saying this: create the images that you want to see. Create the images that represent you, that represent your brand. So as I said before, because I want to give time for questions for Q&A, I am giving you can scan this QR code, or Anita's going to put it in the chat. The 2 downloads, one we did not talk about, which was the 5 AI must-haves. A lot of those AIs that are in that must-have are those that I've used here. The only ones that aren't in there are Midjourney and Runway, but there are other 5 great AI must-haves that I'm thinking that every person needs to have in their repertoire. And then if you like to download those 2 prompts that I gave, the voice paragraph as well as the brand storytelling development, so that you can develop a story, develop a video, or whatever, that prompt is in there as well. And so that link should be in the chat, and you can also scan this QR code. What I am going to do is say that you can follow us. You can follow us at our website is www.aibrandcontent.com. We do have a Facebook group where we show entrepreneurs and just people who are budding entrepreneurs, want to start a business, or you just want to get more educated about AI. You can join our group. It's no cost, free, because we want everyone to have this information because we are really in the early adopter stage. Just think about what it would have been if you could have invested in Apple back when it was just a square box computer. I would give anything to give $5 to put 5 on it when it was a box, because at $5 today, I would be real happy. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So you can also, for the images, you can follow, again, you can follow me, and I'm going to stop sharing right now so I can see some of your comments and everything else that are in the chat.
So we have questions.
Okay.
All right. So this one was from Lauren, and I didn't quite understand. So Lauren, maybe you could just provide a little more clarification. So she said brand archetypes and copyright frameworks in GPT. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
You covered it already. You covered it immediately after I asked the question. So thank you.
No problem. Awesome. All right. Are you using the voice paragraph in 11 Labs? Have a question about how to massage the output from 11 Labs.
You can answer that question about 11 Labs. That's one of the ones that I only use a little bit.
Yeah, so I did respond, and I was just saying that 11 Labs, as far as I've used it, is just to create the audio. You're typically taking the copy or the verbiage and you're pasting that into 11 Labs for the audio to be produced. And so using your voice paragraph in ChatGPT or Bard, or what is Google's thing called? I keep forgetting what the new name is. Whatever Google's GPT is. Or
Gemini.
AI is. Gemini,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you, Gemini. I was like, I try to remember that, but Gemini, whatever you're using as far as to create your copy, use the voice paragraph there. And even Canva, you can create your voice paragraph in Canva, have Canva create that copy for you, and then you paste that into 11 Labs to produce the audio of that.
So
Let me
Anita,
say something real quick. Well, let me say something real quick before we go to the next question. I saw in the comments, about the videos and the images looking great, that it could possibly put illustrators and animators and everybody.
Oh, I had that on there too.
Now, let me say this. In order for my images to look the way that they do, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I have had to learn about animation. I've had to learn about photography. I have had to learn about color. I have had to learn about a lot of things that are not my wheelhouse in order for my images to look as great as they do. So I say this to you, a photographer, an animator, and an artist would excel more than me with AI. So this is not putting them out of business. This is adding to. It could possibly, and I know some photographers and some artists who have grabbed on to AI because they realize, yeah, there's value in me doing an image that is original. But I know of an artist who is adding AI to her original images and selling those too. So it's not going to put them out of business.
Yeah, and I was going to say, because I put that on this list, I was like, oh, we got to address this. So I'm a graphic designer and a web designer. And because naturally that's what I do, right? When I add AI to it, it takes it to the next level that a person that's not a graphic designer can't even get to yet. So as graphic designers, artists, animators, you got to incorporate AI because it just takes you to the next level above what the average person can do. All right. So Lakita said,
I'm sorry, before you go to the next question, my question about 11 Labs is, I meant by massaging the content, how can you make the voice slower? If I want to say something that's meditative, do you maybe put a lot of dots in between words, because the text goes too quickly and I'm trying to really massage that audio to make it slower?
Got you. Yep. So at 11 Labs, I had that same issue. You can't do it unless the audio that you're duplicating or dubbing is moving really, really slow. right? So you have to find the audio where the person who's talking is moving very slow. But if you take that over to Studio DID, you can add periods, and they have a little icon where you can add spaces. And so it'll slow it down for you in Studio DID. But in 11 Labs, you just gotta, or use your voice, but record something that's extremely slow, and then it'll pick up that speed as well. All right, cool. So from Lakita, how did you get ChatGPT to create an image that looks like you?
So that was done through Midjourney. What you do is you upload an image of yourself, you copy the URL of that image, you put that image. I'm gonna do a tutorial on for Midjourney. I was holding back because I wanted to wait until Midjourney opened up their web version to everyone. Now you have to have at least 100 images that you created, because if not, you're doing it on Discord. If you've created at least 100 images on Midjourney, you now have access to the web version. So I wanted to wait for everybody to get on the web version before I did a tutorial, because I have thousands of images. But there's a way that you do it. You can, there's a lot of YouTube videos. I don't want to, we got not a lot of time. I could go through how you do it, but I would say go to my website, get on the mailing list for Playground Pastime, and I'll have a Midjourney tutorial.
All right. How do you determine which AI resource? We got about 8 minutes. How do you determine which AI resource to use, ChatGPT versus Midjourney? Can you give an example of when you picked one over the other and why?
So Midjourney for me, Midjourney for me is the best image creator that I have worked with. So I know that for ChatGPT, that's just my preference. For ChatGPT, I'm going to ChatGPT for everything else in terms of, helping me with solutions, with productivity, with, et cetera, right? And with scripts or with a description. And then I'm taking that description. You can even ask ChatGPT to write your prompts for you for Midjourney or for whatever one that you use, whichever one, whether it be, what is it, Leonardo or some of those others, basically. And so that's how you know based on which one you can get the best output from.
All right. We'd
Which
love to
one you're
see
most comfortable with. Go ahead.
We'd love to see the prompts for these. She meant for the images that you were creating, or he, it could have been he.
Yeah, I don't share those prompts, but I will tell you this, that there are a lot of YouTube channels where you can get free downloads of ways to improve your images, and you can take those and mix and match different things to get the images that you want. That's how I got to where I am. Just practice and changing things up and trying things out.
All right. Can you keep your characters across platforms, images generated?
Now you can with Midjourney. They have consistent characters. Now I will say this, if you have one person in the image, it will do a consistent character. But if you have 2 or 3 people, it probably will not pick up all of those images and make them consistent.
All right. Do you recommend mastering a general AI tool like Canva, or should we use specific tools for specific needs? If so, what is a reasonable monthly budget to create quality content?
So I would say work within your means, work within your knowledge base. Now, see me, I can't do 10, 20 different AIs. It just blows my mind. So I have 1 or 2 for each. So whatever is within your capacity, that's what I would recommend, whatever works best for you or easiest for you. I use ChatGPT, I use Midjourney for images, and then for animation, I use now Luma because I like it, and I use Runway, and I use Immersity. And so those are the 3 that I like. Could I use Pika? Absolutely, but it's not, I just don't feel the need to go back and forth like that. I just find what works for me. Whatever's in your budget, I can't count your money for you, but whatever was in your budget, that's what you should do. I think I spend maybe a total on a monthly basis, maybe about $150, 100, maybe less than 200 for sure. Because this stuff is not expensive. And that's going the extreme, because I have a lot of different AI tools that I need to go through and scrub and get rid of, because some of them are starting to do the same things.
I love it. Downsize. Oh, no, that was the downside comment. All right. So someone is saying that the download is asking for a code. I'm not sure what that is. And then, but we can look into that,
We'll look into
Desiree.
it.
Yeah. Do you teach classes? How do we reach you to teach classes?
So once again, I'm going to go back on this. Well, I'll put it in the chat. Once again, you can go to either aibrandcontent.com or you can go to playgroundpastime .ai. And I have a sign up there for anyone interested in Midjourney classes. But again, I was just kind of, I'm sorry. Waiting on Midjourney to change up their thing. Anything else, AC?
All right. Nope. We finished with 3 minutes to spare. Come on now. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. There was one other question, and I didn't quite understand this one either. It says the other app is Playground what? So can you just go over briefly what apps you're using? Platforms?
Playground Pastime, first of all, you can find, I'm wondering if you're saying where can you find the different things that I've done. So I'm on TikTok as well as on Instagram. I'm on TikTok under my name, Kimberly Offord, and I'm on Instagram under Playground Pastime as well as Kimberly Offord. As far as what apps I'm using, again, Runway, Midjourney, and some of the others that I mentioned. I think that's what the question was.
All right, and that's it.
Yes. Okay. Anything else? We got 1 minute. We have to end this at 10:59 or 11:59, depending on what time zone or whatever time zone you're on. 59, that's the mark.
So I have a question, but Danny kind of responded when we were talking about the 11 labs. So he said, regarding audio speed, you can also take the audio and put it into separate audio tools where you can adjust the speed. If you are on a Mac, you can build in audio tools to adjust the speed and improve quality. It's a good point.
I'm going to put in the chat real quick our email address. If someone wants to email us, if you didn't get one of the handouts, you can email us at info@aibrandcontent.com, and we can, if you have any issues with any of that, we can get that over to you. Or if you have any other further questions about anything that we've done or anything that I've shown today. All right. With that, it has been awesome.
This is excellent. This has been excellent. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Pew, 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 pew.
All right. So I am the host. So I know there's another session starting on the hour. So everyone have an awesome weekend and keep imagining and doing what you do. All right. I'm going to end the session. Have a great day.
Kimberly, can you turn the turn the recording off?
Oh, I'm going to
stop. Should be at the bottom somewhere. Thank you. And just see if the